Well, it's pretty obvious that today wasn't our day. I'd actually told the team in the locker room prior to the game, I felt like if we could rebound the ball well today and keep them from off the offensive glass, because they can start a big lineup and crash really well from the perimeter, that I thought we'd be okay. And with that said, we out-rebounded them by 11. But little did I know that the counterintuitive to that point would be turnovers. We had our season high in 34. That's a team that played us for about 35 minutes man the first time we played them, and then played 5 minutes of zone, and we shot them out of the zone and forced them back into man. They played us obviously 35 minutes of zone, trapped us repeatedly, cross half court on the sideline, and only 5 minutes of man. So anytime you turn the ball over 34 times and the opponent uses that to their advantage of scoring 40 points, which was half of their point total, it's not going to favor your team very well. That was probably the biggest key. I thought that we got a little three-ball happy in the first half, but honestly, we needed a spark, and we looked to continue to shoot it. And I thought that would be one way we could get back into the game. I was really proud of our kids for not giving up. It was an extremely physical game throughout, and we played to the end. Everybody had a chance to contribute today. But with that said, we played 32 games, and this is one game out of those 32. Our record's 22-10. We've had a fantastic year. We've gone 3-3 against teams in the top 60 RPI. I believe we're a lock for a WNIT bid. And with that said, that will be our 9th consecutive season in postseason play. This is our 10th consecutive season of 20 wins, 10th consecutive season of 10 double-digit conference wins. This is a team that's battled injury all year long. We're without a starter in Jasmine Matthews. Obviously, we've had a coaching change with me taking over for Kurt, and they responded extremely well to me. I'm very proud of their effort throughout the year. And with that said, again, it's one game. It is a bitter pill to swallow when you lose like the way we did today, but the team did not quit, nor did our staff, and I look forward to playing in postseason play next week.
Questions for Jill or Alexis?
Alexis, could you talk a little bit about their pressure traps and try to deal with that as they're scoring and you guys are struggling offensively?
Well, obviously they played us in a 2-3 most of the game, and we were expecting man. And out of that 2-3, they were trapping up at the top, so we didn't want to set a lot of screens, but it was difficult to pass through them. You know, they're taller than us, they're a little wider than us, so we struggled to get the ball into the middle a lot because anywhere on the sideline we were getting trapped. Any corner, baseline, side, there was traps coming from all over the place, and they rotate really well, so it was hard to skip the ball over half court because they were going to recover. As far as them scoring and us not, that's frustrating, but it happens, and we have to learn from this and get better for next week.
One other question about the offense in the first half. There were a lot of threes. Was that the shot that was open in your eyes or in general, or was it, did you feel it was kind of settling for the three?
Personally, I think it was the first shot that came open. It may not have been the best shot, but it was the first shot that was open. And because we had so many turnovers, shot clock violations, we did start to take that first shot that was open, even if it was off of one pass.
Jill, you talk a little bit about dealing with their pressure as well. When you were out there, a lot of times you were asked to kind of either handle the ball or at least be part of the press break. Can you talk a little bit about dealing with their pressure?
Yeah, like Lex said, we just had to attack their pressure. In the first half, we got caught off guard. We weren't really expecting it, and so they kind of tripped us up a little bit. And then in the second half, we were kind of just passing back and forth more, taking it up the sideline when we could, attacking the middle to get past the trap. And I guess I think teams don't really expect our post players to be able to handle the pressure like we can, but so I just gave me the opportunity to get the ball from one of our point guards and then advance it a little further because they weren't really coming at me as hard as they were on our guards.
And it looked like at times that you saw that as an entree to not just get the ball advanced, but to attack the basket. Was that kind of by design or something you saw?
Kind of by both. If I saw it and I read it, then I would take it when we could, because if they have 2-on-1 up top, then that means we have to have a number advantage down low. So if we could attack that and get some easy dumps or some kickouts in the corners, that's what we were looking for.
Ladies, you both, please. Will you talk a little bit about, I know it's hard to lose at any point in the tournament, but losing as it went today, I mean, losing in such a rout at this juncture. Will you just talk a little bit about the emotions at this point?
I mean, losing hurts regardless, I think. And I think we came in and we fought hard yesterday. And so I know that we had the mindset that we wanted it. And I don't take anything away from the group. I would do it again with that same group if I could. And that's what I'm looking forward to this coming week. You win some, you lose some. Some days you can't throw it in the ocean, and some days you can't miss it. So last time we played Central, we had the opposite. So this is just how the cards played, and we're going to go with it from here.
Jill and Alexis, we'll let you get back to your locker room.
Thanks.
We'll let Coach Roos
Thank you.
continue. Questions for Coach Roos?
Before I begin with questions and answers, just want to credit Central Michigan. I think Sue Guevara is a fantastic coach. They came in with a game plan and executed things really well, and they forced us into all the mistakes that we made today, and wish them the best of luck. And I think they've got an opportunity. They continue to play like they did today to win this tournament, and also to advance. When they play as tough of a schedule as they have, it's only going to help them this time of year.
Coach, it could be a good Crystal Bradford and sometimes maybe not so good, but she really controlled the game with her length on defense and also offensively. Can you talk a little bit about her play?
I do not know the bad side of Crystal Bradford's play. I voted for her for Player of the Year. She's a fantastic player because she plays predominantly most minutes in the game. She can score inside and outside. You saw her make some athletic plays today that I would imagine could show up on a Cleveland Cavs highlight reel with how well she did. She plays above the rim. She's the only female in our league that can do that.
And defensively, her length was a problem today also, you think?
Everybody's links on Central Michigan gave us a problem. I mean, they went big with Schroll, Bradford, Baker, Bracy. I mean, the smallest kid out there was Olive, but she didn't sub into the second half. And by that time, it was over.
Will you talk a little, did it strike you, Coach, as a more physical than normal game, or will you just talk about, did the physical nature of the game strike you at all?
No, I don't. I mean, it was a physical game, don't get me wrong, but I thought yesterday was even more so. We knew this time of year, you got to play through some fouls. Their traps were extremely aggressive, but when you're timid and make poor decisions about picking the ball up after half court, they're going to be more aggressive, and it did not behoove us to make some decisions that we made in regards to their pressure across half court. So we'll learn from that. I'm not real excited to watch the DVD anytime soon, but I know I will when I get back to Bowling Green. But again, I'm ecstatic overall. I know this is one game, but I'm ecstatic with our overall performance throughout the year. And I told them in the locker room that of 32 games, this is the only game where really we were out of it early on. And as much as we tried to claw and get back into it, they had an answer, or they were able to force us into another turnover and had several points off turnovers in the first half and second half. And we had two starters not score today. That's going to be a difficult gap for us to overcome.
Is there a zone also lead to not being able to maybe get the ball inside as much as you like, and therefore you were able to get the free throw line?
Exactly, fewest free throws we've shot on the year, exactly. But we did all the, as strange this is to say, for as many threes as we did take, I didn't feel any were forced in the first half, and a lot of them were wide open. And ironically, we passed up several threes because we weren't shooting the ball well. And then when you're a hesitant shooter, then it has no chance of going in, no matter at what level you play. Could we have gotten the ball inside more? Sure. But again, with their athleticism, I mean, how many blocks did they end up with? More than what we've had, I think, for the year. 3.
At what point did your struggles making threes and your struggles with turnovers become almost self-fulfilling prophecy? You know what I'm saying?
No.
You're struggling early to make threes, and then you become the timid shooter because you're struggling. Does that make sense, or am I not getting it? At what point did your early struggles lead to a struggling first half?
It led me to sub a little bit earlier because I was disappointed we were passing up some open shots that I thought we had the opportunity to take. And anytime we recruit someone, I will sit them down in the office and tell them, okay, never attack you personally, never attack your family. You know, I hope you will never do the same for me. You'll get yelled at the most here when you don't shoot. And kids actually like that because they want to shoot. Everybody's offensive minded, and it was frustrating when we did have some looks and we passed that up because the times that we did pass up some open looks, we turned it over about 5 seconds after that. So that was extremely frustrating. But everybody had a chance to take an open look. I was looking for a little bit of magic in the bottle with some subs coming off the bench, and we were unable to get it going. But with that said, we missed a handful of layups again. It's just disappointing that we didn't show our best today. We're a better team against that type of pressure. We're a better shooting team as well than what we showed today. So it's never fun to leave Cleveland, period, without cutting down the nets, but it's especially not fun when you don't play your best. But again, we were unable to do that, obviously, because Central played so well.